What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Good to see everybody here this afternoon. I hope you all are staying safe, staying healthy from this crazy stay-at-home quarantine situation going on. Thought you guys might want to see a little MD90 action going up to Tivat, Montenegro. Guys, I'm excited for today's stream. I hope you are. Shout out a couple guys in the house here. Dougal, what's going on, man? Good to see you here as in the house. Oh man, I just did a big zoom thing on my chat box and now I can't see any names. Hold on. User error right there. Screwed that one up. Sam F, how's it going, man? Good to see you here. Carl Childers in the house. Good to see you, man. Brian Harris, Max Rank, Dimitri from Vancouver, Canada. What's going on, guys? Good to see everybody here today. I hope you're ready for this stream. I hope I am too. So I haven't even really done the full approach into Tivat. I just kind of looked at the charts and I figured, hey, we can do it. And I was originally going to take the 737-200, but I couldn't find any livery that would be remotely close to anything that goes in there. So I decided to take the MD80 with the MD90 mod, courtesy of my commercial pilots. They voted for the MD90 mod. We've got those beautiful IAE engines there on the back. Excuse me, on the back. V2500s, absolutely love them. Full Fmod sounds. Now, I know, and my gosh, you guys are driving me crazy. I know the image on the thumbnail was a Fokker. I know this. Read the briefing. I know that Montenegro doesn't fly the 80 or the 90, but the closest thing to the Fokker 100 that we have in X-Plane is the MD80. So, we also have a livery for it. That's why I'm flying this airplane today. Now, I haven't flown this bird since I think the last time we flew it into Denver and Telluride Redemption, or was it Telluride or Aspen Redemption? So hopefully all goes well. We're definitely going to put it to the test a little bit longer en route, about 90-minute flight time total from takeoff to touchdown, about 457 miles. And I will be on VATSIM if you guys are on the network as well. There's no ATC up or anything right now, so that's fine. We're just going to do our own thing. So we are completely cold and dark. I know a couple of you like seeing the startup from cold and dark because you want to have some reference and see how I do it. Now I'm going to be using X checklist again. Highly recommended for this airplane. It is a handful, especially if you don't have a proper checklist to run it. So let's hop into the pit. We're cold and dark. Let's get this thing going. XP1972 in the house. How's it going, man? Good to see you here, XP. Awesome stream yesterday, man. By the way, it was crazy. I saw your last landing, but before then, man, baby was just not happy yesterday. So right now I think she's okay. So we're going to try to get this thing going while we can here. So let's go ahead and open up checklist. We're completely cold and dark. We're going to go
Cockpit
next, and I'm just going to go through it with you guys together.
Parking brake.
That is set.
Set. Battery.
Battery on and locked. We'll come up here to the overhead.
On and locked.
On and locked.
Position lights.
Position lights on the FOMCP are on.
Emergency exit lights.
Emergency exit lights up here on the overhead, armed.
No smoking signs.
We'll turn those on as well.
Request GPU.
Alright, GPU is requested. We're going to go right over to the GPU power. And this is the APU start when necessary. So I guess we can just fire it up right now. What the heck? Let's just do, we'll go start pump on, right forward pump on, and then we're going to go start. And while we're waiting, I'm going to put these right into nav mode so we don't have to wait for them to align. Get the Fmod sound packs, pull them up here. McShiggity, X-Plane crashed. Not good, man. Sorry to hear that, dude. Get it fired back up, McShiggity. We'll try it again. Or are you on 11.5? Maybe that might be the issue. I've seen some issues with 11.5. It looks great, but I'm not going to make the switch until it comes out of beta. Jerome Post. Hi there. Good evening, man. Welcome aboard, dude. Did I update the plane? I mean, this is the latest update that I know of. I don't think it's been updated in quite a while. I haven't had any issues with this point. This is version. Jeremy Harvey says, V1, you've been in my thoughts and prayers as I watch my pilot friends and flight attendants struggle. Aviation breeds resilience and the industry inspires you. Heck yeah, man. Dude, it's tough right now. There's actually we're having a meeting, like a union meeting conference call thing that I got to attend later today as well. Some more information going on, but Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. Hopefully we'll all get through it here. I'm sure we will. Just, it's going to take some time. Alright, APU is on. External bus left and right off. And we can dismiss the GPU. So to get rid of the GPU, we got to come over here, and we're going to just go ahead and dismiss you. Alright, there we go.
Bleed.
HP bleed. We need to go both on over here. We'll continue with our startup.
Both on. Galley.
Now that we've got APU generator
On.
power, we go galley power on.
Windshield anti-fog.
Anti-fog, anti-ice,
On.
come on.
Windshield anti-ice. On. IRS 1 and 2 mode. Both
They are
NAV.
both in nav mode.
Yaw damper.
Yaw damper on a weird spot always. It's over here on the right
On.
side. Is on.
Logo light.
Logo light, we'll turn
On.
that on.
Radio rack.
Get the radio fan
Fan.
cooling.
Cabin pressure.
Alright, cabin pressure, let's take a look at this. We're going to be going up to 350, but the landing barrow is, or the landing is going to be at pretty much 0 feet, so we're going to leave that set. And I don't know, let's take a look at active sky weather briefing. Right now, the landing barrow is 1023. Oh man, that's an HG. I need to convert that.
Subscriber ahead.
I'll leave it at
Look up.
3010 right now. I'm going to need a conversion from 1023 to HG units, because I don't think I can convert it here, can I, on the MD80? Thank you for the subscription there, man. I'm just, oh, I've got my subscribers working again. That's excellent. So, NAUR15, thank you, man. Appreciate the subscription there. All right, cabin pressure is set for now. Altimeter, we can look in X-Plane for our current altimeter for our departure airport. Samos Island, this is where we last left off. Let's see, details 3012 over here in Greece. Get the lights on there. 3012 is set, and set over there. Good. It sets all three at the same time. I like that. Cabin pressure set, altimeter, fuel used or reset is pressed. Hydraulic pumps 1 and 2, both low. So we gotta do these
Set.
here, manually check them.
Altimeter. Set. Fuel used reset.
And set.
Reset. Hydraulic pumps 1 and 2.
They are both low.
Both low. Takeoff condition.
CG and flap 0 confirmed.
CG 0 and flap 0. Transponder.
Transponder is 2000 and standby.
mode. Checklist
All right.
complete.
Cockpit preparation is complete.
FMS
I'm going to
assistant.
skip the FMS assistant. I like to do that myself. I can program the box here just fine. I'm going to get some floodlights on here, make it a little bit easier for you guys to see. Sometimes the MD80 cockpit, it doesn't have a lot of windows. I mean, it does have windows, but they're very small. If you're at the wrong angle, it can be kind of dark. What scenery? This is a custom ortho from Dimitri for Samos Island, and then I believe this is it's just one of the freeware sceneries off of the X-Plane store for Samos Island. It was absolutely a blast coming in here, crossing the white shed at 400 feet. I would love to do that approach again at some point here later on, but for Tivat drone, I'm using the TDG Designs. Now, there is a freeware scenery, which is TDG Designs, and there is a payware off Sim Market, which I have both, and I really liked the payware one. It's got a really nice airport layout, and it's just got some extra detail like the road signs and things like that. However, it lacks the marina, and there's a big marina there that's very important for our visual approach circle to land into Tivat. So TDG has that incorporated, so we're going to use the TDG airport. And I'm not saying TDG's airport is bad by any means. It's a fantastic freeware as well. I just happened to have the payware one before I downloaded his. And when I downloaded his, it's like, man, I kind of like his better, actually, for a visual approach. So we're going to be using the freeware TDG design scenery in Tivat. All right, so let's go ahead and get this box programmed. LGSM, we want to get off the gate as soon as we can here because it's a little bit longer flight, like I said. Route, we're going to be departing off of runway 9er, and we're going to LYTV. Is the MD90 a mod? Yes, we're taking the freeware IAE engines. the V2500s that are for the flight factor, that came up for the flight factor from, I believe, Stephen McKenzie, and I put them on the MD80 to make it an MD90. And there is an FT Sim Fmod sound pack for the MD90. So we've got full sound and everything. I think it's going to be pretty sweet. So we've got that set. We'll activate you. Departure. Let's go ahead and set this in here. So we're going to depart LGSM runway 9er on the Ormos to Bravo. Correct? What's the 2 Alpha? Almost 2 Bravo. What's this one? I mean, they're pretty much... Oh, this takes us out to the airway. We're not going to join the airway after that. We'll just stick with this one since it's pretty simple. You take off, make a right turn, come back, and on your way. So, Ormos... Although I don't see that one on the box, huh? I guess we'll do the 1 Delta. What the heck? Ormos 1 Delta... It's the same thing, pretty much. Alright, so Ormos 1 Delta, execute. Let me just see if that's in there. Next page, perfect. I'm going to put this in plan mode so we can see as we're building out here. You can't pop this box out, but... Cat the Floor says, is the MD80 worth it? I definitely think so, man. I definitely think so. If you want to know what the sound pack I'm using, guys, is the exclamation point sound pack will get you the link to the Fmod sound pack. Alright, so let's look at our route of flight here. After Ormos, we're going to SKP. From SKP, we're going to join, we'll execute that. From SKP, we're going to go... Oops, let's go back to route. Next page. After SKP, we're joining Upper November 137 out to Bitla, B-I-T-L-A. Oops, mistyped that one. B-I-T-L-A. Not on airway. Uh-oh. Did I do that right? B-I-T-L-A. Alright, hold on, let's go ahead and erase that. What about just doing B-I-T-L-A? Okay, we'll work with that. Execute. From Bitlaw, we'll go to Dobar. D-O-B-A-R. Now this route is a little bit different. Oh man. Pretty sure we're still in Northern Hemisphere, so that looks good. Execute, and then from Dobar to Petak. P-E-T-A-K. And then from Petak to Taz. Well, here we're going to start the arrival. So from here, we're going to go arrival. This is where it gets a little sketchy. I hope you guys are ready for this arrival. Alright, so... we need to look at LYTV. Put that over. And what do we have from here? The arrival. I don't think we're actually going to do an arrival because we're going to go direct to and do the A350. Boy, coming in with 5 Hong Kong dollars. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. No message with your donation though, but I am very appreciative of your 5 Hong Kong donation, man. Awesome. Thank you so much. I don't see a message associated with it, so I hope I didn't miss anything. I think we can do this one here to Pinnack. So this is the... We're going to do the Pinnack 1 Romeo Alpha off the Quebec Yankee 1-4 1 Romeo Alpha, execute. Alright, so let's look at this. We're going to scroll. Boom, boom, boom. SKP, Bitlaw, Dobar. Then from there, we're going to go direct. Oh, actually, you know what? That looks a little bit too far. No, that might be alright. Might be alright. We could do some directs en route to shorten it just a tad. We'll execute that there. Join the arrival. And up into Tivat. Tivat. But that looks good there. It's a crazy visual circle to land off the NDB, so that's going to be a challenge. We'll have plenty of time to brief it in flight, though. So we've got rid of that. And I apologize for kind of ignoring you guys in chat there. I'm just trying to make sure we're all set up here in the box. So we got our flight plan in the box now. Let's go ahead and finish our initialization. And what we need to do is get the airplane loaded up as well. So we're going to, everything is open, load fuel and all that. So we need to take in pounds. How about that? It actually has pounds. Freaking love that. I feel like it's so weird. I got to use the Airbuses, which I love the most, don't have any weights in pounds. So it's crazy. So we've got fuel all tanks. Our sim brief requirement for takeoff is 21.3. So let's just make it an even 22,000 pounds. And we'll trip fuel of 2100 with a... Wow, that's a lot of gas, sim brief. Why do we need that much gas? Holy smokes. Alright, let's do this. Let's take 21,000. Jeez, we realistically only need 18,000-ish. We'll do this. We'll do 20,000. 20,000 pounds of gas. 2,000 extra gives us 2 hours and 47 minutes, 1,000 miles. Perfect. In case we need an alternate. As far as cargo goes, we'll go ahead and just load up, 100 pounds in A and 100 in B. And that should be good there. 13.9% MAC on landing, 13.3, 17.5. That looks good to me. All right, that looks like a good loadout. Let's go ahead and start loading fuel. And we're going to start loading cargo. And we're going to start loading passengers. We've got to do that, and it's got a real-time load, which I really like. I think it's pretty cool. Here's our fuel coming up over there. Dougal says the visuals in this flight deck are stunning. I agree, man. The visuals for this airplane being as old as it is, and not even the flight deck, guys. Look at this. Look at the wing. I still think this is the best wing-textured aircraft in X-Plane 11. I mean, unless you guys have a better one, I don't think you can beat that. All right, so we've got our box is completely programmed. We're going all the way up to 350 on the altitude, so we'll set that right here. And let's continue our X checklist preparations.
Rep airport.
All right, so we're going to skip all this.
Rep.
I'm going to skip that.
Before start checklist.
All right, so before start...
APU bleed air. On. HP bleed.
We're gonna hold it there because we don't want to shut off all the air to the cabin while we're loading up. So let's turn the seatbelt sign on. I think that'll trip the flight attendants maybe as well. We'll see. We've got that loaded up. Everything else looks good. Let's get the rest of our MCP set up here. We're going to be going on 350 on the altitude. We're going to set 250 in the speed window. Click and drag, it makes it faster. There we go. 250. Flight director's on. Perfect. All right, then we'll hit the Toga push buttons when we're ready. We're just loading up right now. All right, now I can get back. Christian Inner. Oh man, I don't want to butcher your last name. Thank you for becoming a member, private pilot. Welcome to the channel, dude. Positive rates in chat for you. Definitely welcome aboard, man. Finishing up the loading. The APU just sounds so good. Dimitri says, not to mention this plane is great on FPS2. It totally is, man. It is fantastic on frames. It's one of the most underrated airplanes, I think, in X-Plane. You know, when it first came out, it was definitely hyped, but it's kind of fallen to the wayside, and no one is really talks about it anymore, you know? but I think it is still one of the best airplanes in X-Plane that we have. Definitely top 3. Definitely top 3. Peter Green says, what are the best places to get the charts? I've been looking at Navigraph, not sure if it's worth the subscription. Peter Green, trust me, man. I was in the same boat as you with Navigraph, and I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to spend the money on the subscription over and over again. So what I ended up doing was just doing half or like a monthly, because in the United States I got most of the charts that I use at home. But I tell you what, having Navigraph in X-Plane really does help. You might just try it for a month, man. Do a month subscription and see if you really like it, because I know they're expensive, but it also helps you get the nav database update. What I would do too is just do a monthly nav database update. You can pay for that separately. You don't have to do the whole year, but it does help, man. Christian says, hey V1, just want to say a big thanks for all the content. You have helped me so much with the steep learning curve that is aviation. Plus, you are hilarious to watch. Christian, thanks so much, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. I'm glad you're learning, dude. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to teach you guys how to fly airplanes. That's it, man. I'm here to share my passion and teach you guys how to fly these airplanes in X-Plane, and I hope you guys continue to enjoy it. But Austrian name from the Innsbruck area. I see, Christian. All right, well, we're definitely going to be hitting Lowy back on the way out of here. I can guarantee you that. All right, I guess we'll just continue with the checklist. We'll be ready to go as we finish up fueling here. Where's my checklist? I know there's a way to just toggle it, so. All right, HP bleed, 1 off. We'll go ahead and do that. Oh, what's the wrong way?
1 off.
There we go.
New X feed valve left and right.
Pneumatic crossfeed valves, left and right.
Both
Closed. Or open, sorry.
Doors.
We got to hold it there on the doors. We've got 11.2. We need about 8,000 more pounds of fuel. Let's see, what else can we do just to make sure? Galley power will come off. We'll do the fuel pumps. All right, we'll hold the checklist there. That's all on. Everything is looking good. So we're pretty much ready to go. We're just waiting on fuel. I guess we could expedite it. Let's just expedite it. What the heck? We'll expedite and expedite. And let's close it up. Retract and close. Ground handling, drive away, guys. Close it up. They're going to drive off. Look at these engines, guys. Look at that IAE V2500 fan blade sitting right there. Same engines that go on the Airbus. I'm not quite sure what their thrust output is for the 90. I don't know if it's more comparable to the 320 or 319. If I had to guess, it'd probably be more in the 319 realm. But that's just a guess. It could be more I don't think they're the 320 variants, depending on their thrust output. But these engines, combining these engines with these wing textures and just textures in general of this airplane, in my opinion, it is the best or second to best visually appealing airplane in X-Plane, between the exterior and the interior texturing on this aircraft. Look at that. All right, doors and windows are closed up. Let's continue with the checklist.
All
Doors
closed.
are all closed.
Throttle.
They are idle.
Idle. Galley.
Galley power, we'll go ahead and turn that off for start.
Aft and FWD fuel pumps.
Aft and forward pumps are
Left
coming
and
on.
Right on.
Center pumps, we're going to
Center
turn them on.
fuel
We
pumps.
actually have center fuel pumps, or center fuel
As
today.
required. HP bleed.
Both off.
Both off. Hydraulic pumps 1 and 2. Both low.
They're both low.
Hydraulic pump strands. On.
Here comes our hydraulic pressure over here
Hydraulic
spinning up.
auxiliary. On. Position and strobe lights.
Position and strobe over here.
Both on. Anti-COL light.
Anti-collision beacon light is on.
Transponder.
Transponder was squawking 2000, and we're going to XPDR mode.
Checklist complete.
All right.
FCU.
Next. All right, flight director
Flight
is
director.
on.
On.
Storm says, what about
Max
MD
bank angle.
Neo mod? No, I don't think so, man. That would be interesting.
158 degree.
15 degree set.
Heading runway track.
All right, so we're going to be departing off runway 090. Or heading runway, or what am I talking about? Heading runway 090, but it's going to be immediate right turn to intercept the 173. So what I'm going to do here is spin in 173. 173 on the course, and we also want to tune in Samos 111.6. That way we can, it's in the box in magenta needles, but we want to have it in the hard tune just in case. So we've got heading runway track is set, departure altitude is set, 230 is set, or I'm sorry, 350 is set. Speed we got 250 and set.
Engine start checklist.
All right, we are not going to do a pushback on here, correct? Correct, we're just going straight out. So let's go ahead and fire them up, guys. We'll do system B. No, I guess he wants system A.
Engine start right.
All right, let's go. Let's crank them up. Engine start right.
Fuel valve right.
I know how to start the engines. I'm going to close the checklist there. I'm going to wait for about 15% here, and then we're going to introduce fuel so we can listen to it. I know you're supposed to wait till about 20, but I like to listen to it start up. Ryan says MD80 Neo is a stretched 810 Warthog. That's funny, man. That's good. Yeah. The Warthog actually has... Oh, hear that light off? I was talking. The Warthog has the same engines as the Embraer 175. Or maybe it's the 190. Same engines. I don't know what thrust output the Warthog has, but... It's a little mini airliner, man. Dimitri says, if I knew earlier, I would have sent you the Aegean livery so you could say goodbye to Greece properly. We'll be back at some point, Dimitri. Don't worry. We will be back. Let's go ahead and fire them both up. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the start on number 2. And let's go ahead and start number 1. Oh, look at that animation spooling up. I love it. Absolutely love it. We'll do the same thing. There's about 15%, and then I'll go to the back. Gotta love it. Got to love it. Awesome. We're going to be doing a full-blown taxi back on this runway. I believe it's a taxi back. So we're gonna continue with all of our checklists here, and then be pretty much ready to go. And then we'll move the aircraft. So kind of one of those things here that I'm adopting as we do this Euro tour.
Engine start left.
We can.
After start checklist. Ignition switch. Off.
Ignition is off.
Engine start. Both off.
Both off.
APU bleed air.
Off.
Off. APU power bus left and right.
Off.
Both off. APU. Off. Galley.
Power is
on.
back on.
Fuel heat.
We have that as required.
As required. Ice protect meter cell heat.
Captain.
Cap. Hydraulic pumps 1 and 2. Both hot. New X feed valve left and right. Both closed.
Whoops.
HP bleed.
HP bleed back on the overhead. Both on. Oops, too far.
Both auto.
There we go.
Speed brake. Armed.
Armed.
Takeoff condition.
Alright, so you guys always tell me that you have to set the flaps first before you get the speeds. Oh, and you know what I totally forgot to do is the rest of the init. We'll do this. Gross weight, reserve of 2,000. Cost index 75. Cruise altitude 350. Execute. OAT is 11, so now I'm going to set flaps to 15. And then we'll do the rest of our setup. Carnage or wall? In the house. What's going on, man? He says, look at that lovely MD90. Yep. Carta couldn't have done it without you, man. Carta put out an MD90 tutorial as well. How to get these engines on the MD90. I think you did, right? Or am I just... I'm pretty sure you did. Thrash says, so generally all the airlines take the same jet fuel? Yeah, for the most part, man. Now, I'm sure as you go to the different countries and stuff, different fuels will be available. But for the most part, yeah.
CG and flaps set.
Alright, so...
Trim.
We're going to set that right now.
Set. Flaps. Take off. Auto brake selector. Take off. Checklist complete.
Alright, so let's go ahead and set the rest of our speeds here. So when you get your flaps out, now you can go ahead and properly input your V speeds like this. Execute. And we know CG percent of Mac is going to be 17. So I come back here. I know I'm doing a flaps 15 takeoff. And my CG is 17. Get those in the window there. And now my long trim is going to be right about 5.6. So I'm pressing the trim down on my Warthog here. Here comes the trim. We want to put it right between 5 and 6. Stabilizer motion. All right, there should be close enough. So now we are set, and of course we'll do a config check as well when we get rolling.
Taxi out checklist. Seat belts.
Are on.
On. Nose light.
We'll put that on to dim.
Dim. Timer.
Run. Running.
Parking brake.
Released.
Released. Brakes.
Brakes check. Tops check, bottoms check. There's our takeoff config. That's checked. Weather, radar, and TCAS. We're going to just put it in weather and TCAS mode for now. Transponder TARA mode is set. Transponder direction above. So that goes up there. Auto brake mode. Armed. Oral warning config check has been completed, so our taxi out checklist is complete. We'll hold it there. Let's get out of here, guys. We spent enough time on the ground. Here we go. Oh, yeah. I love it. Wow, what view did I just select right there? That was weird. We are out of here. Cosmic Doubloon, what's going on, man? Alright, as we take the runway here, we're going to do a little bit of a back taxi. We'll turn them on. Guys, remind me again, what is the CTAF frequency for VATSIM? Because technically I am on VATSIM. I see no traffic, but I should be making some radio calls. It's like 23.8 or something like that. If you guys can put it in the chat, I appreciate it. I'll make some position reports. Shaquille Oatmeal, what's up, man? Straight juice, yes sir, that is straight juice. Carter says, have I looked at the FTSIM 321 IAE pack? No, I haven't yet, Carter. Not yet. I was tempted. I also thought about doing the 321 out of here, but I feel like we just did a lot of Airbus the last couple streams. So normally I would have put it up for vote, but I wasn't even going to stream today. But then my schedule allowed for it, so I just really quickly picked an airplane and picked this one. So, but I will definitely take a look into it, Carta. Brian says, "This did a good job capturing the sound in the cabin." Yes, sir. 22.8. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Oh, it's already on my standby. Look at that. Samos traffic, Monty 357 back taxi, runway 9er. I'm pretty sure their call sign is Montenegro. It's the full It's a full airline. Let's go with it. Takeoff is set 350, takeoff flight vectors. But I like saying Monty. Wait a second, we've got cargo doors open. What is up with that? I'm surprised we didn't get a warning when I did the takeoff config check. I wonder if that's a bug. I'm pretty sure that would, I don't know. I saw that up here. McShigley says, we love us some bus. Oh yeah, man, we're gonna be back in the bus. We're gonna do some more bus. Don't you worry. Using that differential thrust to move that nose around. Oh, this looks like a pretty good lineup from here. Let's take a look. Eh, not bad. Not bad for an Airbus driver. Alright, let's go ahead and run the rest of the checklist here.
Ignition switch both.
Ignition switch to both.
On. Landing lights left and right.
They are both on. Put that
Both
in the
on.
bright.
Nose light. Bright.
EPR mode is
EPR
takeoff.
mode.
Check 1.95. No reduction. And auto throttle on. We will do that. I thought I was supposed to spool it up first.
Takeoff and information.
Positive climb grip. Alright, we're good from there. You guys ready to get out of here? I'm ready. Here we go. We're going to spool it up. Stabilize. Auto throttle on. Here we go. EPR takeoff 350. Oh, you get that Airbus growl. Definitely get that Airbus growl. Whoa, we just had an engine rollback. Whoa, abort. Reject. Wow. We're rejecting. What just happened? I had a throttle lever come back. What the heck was that? Interesting. Reject. Let's spin it back around. What was that? Interesting. One of my throttles just snapped right back to idle, and then that triggered the auto brakes, I believe. Is everything stowed? Yeah. It triggered the auto. That was pretty cool. It triggered a full RTO. Wow. CO-183. No, the checklist does not come with this plane. It's part of the X checklist system. It's all free though. You just go to the X-Plane forum or X-Plane forum download section, and they have a C-list file for the MD80. That's what you need. All right, everything is off, brakes off, reset. Why can't I turn my auto throttle off? I know I have a binding for it somewhere, but I can't find it now. That's why that light is flashing. Auto throttle switch on. Auto throttle switch off. That's gonna bother me. There's a way to disconnect the auto throttle without having that. Alright, let's try it again, guys. Whew. Yeah, it was weird. It just won, Peter Green. I don't know if there was an error with my with some noise with my stick. We're gonna reset that takeoff mode. And we'll try it again. Because it was just the right throttle. The right throttle just jumped back to idle and triggered the RTO. At least it works. Let's try it again. Our brakes probably be pretty hot. Now, in real life, we'd probably get off the runway, obviously, and analyze the situation, but we need to get this show on the road. We're going to flip it around again. Jacobus, am I pilot? Yeah, man. I don't fly this bird, though. I'm going to have to figure out where this binding is. So you get these flashing lights here on your FMA when you don't do a proper disconnect. Very similar to the Airbus. When you don't disconnect the autopilot with the side stick, you get that red master warning that comes up on the ECAM. So there's a proper way to disconnect the auto throttle without using the auto throttle switch on the FCU, and it's on the throttles themselves, but I can't find it. So it should be auto throttle off right here. I should have it bound. We'll try it again, though. Everything is set. We'll spool them up, and then we'll follow the throttles. We should probably arm these again. And speed brakes armed. Takeoff config is checked. Here we go. Round 2. There we go. We got E per set 1.95. Things are looking good now. Let's try to get back on that center line. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Wow, that was cool. Nav, VNav, here we go. Following the flight directors. The best I can, because I want to look outside. Wow. I'm not doing a good job of following the flight directors at all. I'm aware of that. But look at these views, man. Look at the vapor coming off the wing. That little reject might interfere with our landing time because you can't do this approach at night. I hope we get there in time. We'll spin that heading bug around. Here comes our intercept course. We're looking for 173 once we intercept that radial. Kind of hard to see there, I know. I wish that's the only thing I wish I could pop these out. Oh, that's the yoke. I wish I could pop these out like you do with the Airbus. Alright, I want to look outside, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna go autopilot on. We're in nav, takeoff. Oh wow, she really wanted to pitch down on me there. My dog is freaking out. There we go. Alright, here we go. 180 knots. Flaps are coming up. Autopilot is on. We are out of here. Bye-bye, Samos. Why should arm auto brakes and spoilers at takeoff? For that exact reason that Desert Smoke or Desert Snake, you want to arm them in case you got a reject. Now I feel like we're on the brink of stalling. I guess not. I guess we're doing all right. We're just climbing like a beast here. Why are we still in takeoff and not VNAV? Let's do something here with the box. Let's go legs. Let's go direct. Foremost. Execute. And then let's go into... I'm still in takeoff mode. I can't... Oh! Hold on, let's see. Climb Eeper. That'll bring it back. Why can't I get a VNAV climb out here? Why can't I go VNAV climb? I've got EPR climb. Oh, you know what? There might have been a speed restriction, 180 knots. There's 10,000 feet. Let's do this. Let's lower the altitude. Or the vertical speed. I'm going to go right into speed hold. Speed select 250. So now she's going to want to come up to 250 knots. There's 10,000 feet. We'll go ahead and turn the lights off. Disarm the spoilers. And we're still turning. I feel like she doesn't want to turn very fast, but... Oh, we got that bank angle limitation on there. That's right. There we go. Let's increase it a little bit. 25-degree limitation. Alright, we're looking good now. I just don't understand why we're still... Still going so slow. There we go. Weird. I'm in IAS hold. I don't know why I wouldn't go into VNAV now. Alright, as we come around that turn, we're going to redirect it. Almost. There's MD80 things, man. Redirect the line. Now we're back on track. Are my water textures just X-Vision? Yes. Oh, you know what? What the heck is going on with my spoiler? My spoiler's up. That probably has a lot to do with that. Okay. Let's do the checklist, shall we? Because apparently I'm not doing very good here.
Gear up.
Alright, that's up. No lights.
Up. No lights.
Alright, retracted.
Okay.
Everything looks good. Yes.
Yes. Climb checklist. EPR mode.
We are in climb.
CL. Auto brake selector.
Off.
Off. Ignition switch. On.
Off.
Speed brake.
Retracted. It would have been nice to,
Retracted.
would have been nice to do that on the regular... on the regular checklist there, but let's screw that up. Hydraulic pumps trans, off.
Hydraulic auxiliary.
Off.
Off. Nose light.
It is off.
Off. Landing lights left and right.
They are both off.
Seat belt side.
Oops, wrong switch. I hate when I do that.
Auto.
Auto.
Checklist complete.
Alright.
Cruise checklist.
Let's skip that. Let's go ahead and increase our speed command. My goodness. IAS Mach and EPR to climb. Yeah, for some reason I thought over here was I could control the speed over here. Speed select. I don't know. I must be totally out of touch with this bird. But we're okay now. We're back on. We're back on it. We are back on it. Goodbye, Greece. Big Chickadee says this is one complicated bird, challenging. Definitely, man. Let me go ahead and turn down the audio a little bit here. I'll turn down the sounds just a little bit, because... There's Samos. Hey, you can see the white shed down there still. 400 feet, so this is what we did. We came in right here. Here was the little fishing village. Come along the coast here. Make the right turn. Thank you for the subscription, Jake. Appreciate it, man. Cross that white shed at 400. Look at that. That's, I mean, that's quarter mile right there. Beautiful. I thoroughly enjoyed coming down here all the way to Samos. It took us down pretty far southeast, but I enjoyed it, man. Dimitri says you need to select climb in your mode select panel. I think I did, right? We are in climb mode. Yeah, we're good. We're good now. I think having my speed brake out didn't help. Let's go all the way up to 250 knots. Beautiful. Let's do a flyby shot. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. I'm going to just stick on this view. Maybe we'll come to this view here. I like the engine view. Say goodbye to Samos. Oops. Carl says the ortho and mesh look very nice in grease. I agree. This is this ortho is from Dimitri. Fantastic job, man. Man, I'm drinking. This drink has got coconut flakes in it.
Subscriber ahead.
It gives me that cough. I don't have Corona, I swear. Soren72, thank you for subscribing, man. Welcome aboard. Jump and Run says, Tivat was my suggestion. Lovely, always cozy here. Hey, Jump and Run. Yeah, man, I was looking through the Euro Tour section, and sure enough, I saw the video you put in there, and I was like, wow, that is a great little approach that those guys did going in there. So I looked around for some scenery. I saw where it laid on the map, and hey, this would be a perfect opportunity to head down there. So thank you, Jump and Run, for the suggestion. Appreciate it. Spooled Up says, I love the Rotate Mad Dog. Me too, man. I'm way out of practice with it, though, definitely. I feel a little miscombobulated, but we got her off the gate. We got her off the ground. We're going to definitely start briefing that approach at about 300 miles because I'm going to really need to study how we're going to fly this thing in there. Did I press VNAV by the autopilot switch? Yeah, I did, man. I'll try it again here in a second. Are there any official recommendations regarding sims for commercial pilots during the COVID break to keep flying routine? Hate Raptor. I tell you what, man, I'm loving X-Plane. That's what I'm using to stay current. So I haven't flown in quite some time, and I'm going to be taking paid leave in May, so I won't be flying in May. So I'm relying on X-Plane to keep me current, dude. I really am. I really am. I'm having a heck of a lot of fun making this citation series for you guys as well, that corporate jet series. And what I'm trying to do with that is I'm trying to make sure I always want to be 2 episodes ahead. So when I release episode 1, I'll already have episode 2 and 3 done because I want to be able to kind of release them on a consistent schedule. So that's kind of what's taking me a little bit of time right now. Probably release episode 1 maybe Monday and get it out because episode 1 is already done. Episode 2 is pretty much wrapped up, and I'm going to be starting on 3 later this week. Micah says, I need to try the Mad Dog. Definitely. If you haven't tried the Mad Dog yet, man, you really need to because it is one of the most fantastic airplanes, I think, in X-Plane. It is a challenge, let me tell you. It is not like anything else. You look at the cockpit. Let's go back up to the cockpit here real quick. I mean, you look at the cockpit of the Mad Dog, and I mean, okay, you have Airbus, which pretty much all Airbus cockpits are the same or really close to it. Boeing is kind of the same thing, very similar cockpits all across the board. Even when you look at the 737-200 all the way to the 737-800 Zebo, a lot of similarities there. Looks like our centers are dry. We can go ahead and turn the center pumps off. But you look at the MD80, and it's just completely different. It has no resemblance. I mean, you can even do a resemblance of the 727 and the 737. There's a lot of similarities there. A lot of differences, but a lot of similarities. But, I mean, this bird just looks like nothing that you've flown. And that's what I think really makes it challenging. Let me try to get VNAV engaged again here. VNAV climb. There we go. Oh, I got a ding from LGGG Center. Please contact me on 129er.8.
Subscriber ahead. Look up.
Thank you for the subscription, man. Jeff Ross, appreciate it. 129er.8, you say. Oh, is there a ATC center on? Let's take a look here. Oh, live map. Oh yeah, center's on 129er.8. Oops. I hope let me come back over here. 1, 2, and 9er. 0.8. What is LGG center? I don't wanna, this is LGG center.
Hello, LR381, flight test now 380, bound 3.
LR391, squawk 723.
What is LGG? I gotta find that out.
7230, LR38.
Does XBite tell you what center you're in? Oh.
LR391, radar identified flight level 360. Next report passing northbound.
Next report passing normal, LR391.
Ah, we'll just check all of them.
Subscriber.
Thank you, Furious, for the subscribe. Welcome aboard, man. Alright, we got VNAV working. That's good.
Chanex 77 Juliet Bravo, squawk 7260.
Furious Cat, thank you for the subscribe, man. Center, good evening, Montenegro 357 288, climbing flight level 350.
Mike, Oscar November Tango India, squawk 7256.
Squawk 7256, Monte 357.
Arkia
723
squawk
5
7244.
6. Set. Cool. I couldn't hear who was talking there. I'm going to have to turn up XPAD a little bit. Alright, back to it, guys. Athens control. Athens radar. I got it. Thank you, Dan. McShigley says the engineer that designed the overhead panel must have been drunk. I agree, dude. I think I said that before one of my streams. Was like, I mean, you look at the Airbus cockpit, and it has everything seems to be kind of in a logical place. Same with the Boeing. Arguably, you could say almost any airplane that you look at, everything seems to be kind of in a logical spot. The MD80, though, it is not. I mean, you've got a yaw damper.
You wish to maintain 300 for now?
It's talking to me? Oh, no. You got the yaw damper up here on the overhead, right next to the mock trim, compensation, logo lights. And then you have anti-skid. So it's just kind of like, what is going on here, man? It's almost like they just threw pieces together and forgot that they needed some other pieces of equipment, and they just stuck them where they could find a spot. But that's pretty funny. I love it though. Once you get used to it, man, once you get used to this bird, it really is a blast to fly.
Chanex 77 Bravo, apologies for that.
You probably don't need
the affecting your route. Please turn left heading 290.
Next 290.
I hope I wasn't interfering with anybody's route. It is Athens radar. Cool. Appreciate it. Gosh, look at that view and sitting in the... I feel like I'm in the MD80 right now. This is beautiful. The video title notes MD90. Is this the mod for the Rotate? Yes, Tyke, it is. So if I go outside here... Let me get away from the airplane so it's not loud. So if you look here, this is the IAE V2500 engine mod on the Rotate MD80. So it's pretty close to an MD90. Same engines as the MD90. But obviously it is still the Rotate MD80 and it's just an aesthetic mod. Now it does have an Fmod sound pack. FT Sim has the Fmod pack available for an MD90. So it definitely sounds different than the JT8D engines that you would have. And then I've turned down the smoke a little bit as well so they don't look as smoky when you're flying them. But I mean, that just looks beautiful.
You may continue as far to route.
Subscriber ahead. Look up.
Thank you for the subscribe there, Jojo Airbus. Welcome aboard, man. Micah says there's a reason they flew for a very long time. Yes, sir. Very long time. And the people that flew these airplanes loved them. Every guy or woman pilot that I know that has flown the MD80 has absolutely loved it. Now, my buddy, one of my close friends, he, just before this coronavirus outbreak, he got on with Delta Airlines, and he was going to be on the Mad Dog. But then this whole thing happened, and they canceled all their classes, so who knows now. It's pretty sad. He's worked pretty much his whole career to get to Delta Airlines is where he wanted to be. And he worked his whole career to get there, and he finally got the job. He had the interview. Just getting the interview is extremely hard. Once you get the interview, to actually get offered the job is very hard. And he got the job, but this whole thing broke out, so now who knows? He's going to be in the pool and just going to have to wait it out, I guess. How do you turn off the smoke? One, it's in the just a little edit in Plane Maker. I can't remember from memory where it is, but Carta Joel had a video on how to put these engines on the Rotate MD80, and he goes over it in his video as well. So he's the same guy that did the NeoMod tutorial. But it's in Plane Maker there, and I wish I could remember what it was called. I don't know if it's effects or something, but Rex Nebula, thank you for the subscribe, man. Welcome aboard. Am I going to fly to Serbia? Well, so Serbia is pretty close to where we're going. I think we're going to continue westbound from Tivat, though. We're going to go into Italy, and then I wanted to touch Spain. I don't know if we're going to be able to. We may have to go west and then go back to Lowy and then up and out, or we may have to go up the east side and skip Spain altogether. But thank you for the subscribe, Maggie. And if you guys have flight suggestions, and I really want them to be, either a challenging approach or a beautiful approach or something, put them in the Euro Tour in the Discord, and just put the link. Like, I want to go from you should go from here to here, or just say stop at this airport if you can, and show a video of an airplane doing an approach in there or something. Give me a reason to look at it. I believe Jump and Run is the one that suggested this destination. And I saw the YouTube video he posted, and it does look really cool. So we're not going to be coming in over the mountains from the east. We're going to be coming up from the south, and we're going to do the NDB circle to land. I think it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge. But coming through the mountains on the east would definitely be fun to do as well. I kind of wish Orbix did this airport. After I saw some images on Google about how the airport is laid out and where these planes make their approaches from, I think it'd be cool to have, some Orbix scenery all around there, get the mountains modeled perfectly and stuff. Can you fly to Charlotte sometime? Oh, I will, Captain Socks, definitely, man. Tried the same approach with the 321. I overshooted the final turn by a lot. Leonidas, are you talking about in Tivat or down in Greece? Daniel Systems reminded me to send you a Czech Airlines livery if you go to Prague in an Airbus. Dan Smith, I have that Prague scenery you suggested in the sim ready to go, so just going to, I will stop there, man. I will stop there, just for you. I know you've been asking about Prague. Where is the Earth? It's pretty hazy. It's down there. Let's see if I come in the cockpit. I was just zoomed out, but we're over the water right now. Let's make sure everything is kosher up front here. We're nav track level. Let's go ahead and do a cruise checklist. We'll open the checklist. We got to check our arrival time. EPR mode cruise, so we'll go ahead and do that. We'll put that into cruise mode. Brings our EPR limit down to 2.01.
CR. Transponder direction.
We'll put that into a neutral.
N. Engine sync N1 or N2.
And we're going to go ahead and sync up N1. Okay, where is it? I know you're up here. I know you're up here, right? There it is. N1, sync.
Cabin pressure and landing elevation.
Uh-oh. Edge center 129. Oh, he's direct to Bitla. And Athens Center, Monty 357. How do you hear this radio?
Monty, what is your call sign actually? Is it D?
Yeah, it's Montenegro 357.
Roger, because you're connected as Monty, that's why it's confusing. Proceed direct to Bitla.
Direct to Bitla, Monty 357, I think. So we're going to Bitla. I don't think I had to abbreviate Monty in XPilot because it didn't let me put in Montenegro. Maybe I'm supposed to put the airline code in there instead.
Subscribe.
Maybe you guys
Ahead. Look
help me
up.
out on that one. So when you file the XPilot or the flight plan, I was able to do Montenegro, but it says connect with your call sign, and the call sign of Montenegro is Montenegro, but I couldn't fit it, so I just put Monty.
Set.
Plus Monty sounds cool.
Descent checklist.
All right, so everything is set there in cruise. Everything else looks good. Let's get a flyby shot. We're level 350. I want to keep an eye on this top of descent because I don't want to just hang out too long because we're going to need to study this NDB circle here. Oh, look at that contrail turn. That is juicy. That is juicy, man. Goodness. Look at those contrails in the back. Fierce Cap, man. Hey, man, I don't know what's going on there. Just all chill. Take it easy, Carl. Have a good one, man. Where can I request a route? In the Discord, in the V1 Discord, if you check out the Euro Tour section, just go ahead and put a route in there. And you don't have to do a full route or anything. Just if you have a destination that is really cool, let me know, because I'm honestly all these destinations I've flown to during this Euro tour, minus Lowy. I mean, I think we all wanted to see Lowy, have been from you guys requesting where I should stop. So Dimitri was a huge help with Greece, finding out the good airports there. I wanted to do one more flight in Greece. I might do an After Dark stream in the Citation or in a special airplane going to, gosh, what's the island? That would have been south of Samos, southwest of, gosh, I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head right now. But my wife went there, and she had a bunch of pictures over there, so I was going to fly there on stream. But I just figured we need to get the Euro Tour back headed up into the Central Europe area. But I may do an After Dark stream and do a little island hop, maybe a short 2-hop, because I have a couple more airport sceneries in Greece. But I thoroughly enjoyed Greece so far. It's probably been my favorite stop. I think I enjoyed it a little bit more than the UK just for the challenging airports. That's not, I mean, no offense to anybody on that. I'm not trying to do anything personal there. But as far as visual appealing airports in X-Plane, I think Greece has really been... Greece has been second to Lowy, Innsbruck. I think Innsbruck is number 1. I think that's going to be hard to beat. And then Greece... And then London City was, I mean, it's all been a blast, but just that island flying is really fun. Garg says, hey, everyone, thanks for all the help on that VR approach. No worries, man. Glad I can help you out, dude. No, not Corfu. Let's look at a map here. Let me take a look. We'll look at the map here.
Atlantic 354 cleared for the approach. Continue descent as published. Next report on final approach 33 runway sign.
So down here. So there's an island.
Clear for the approach. Similar procedure and only with member outside 354.
All right. So there's an island right here somewhere that was really popular. I want to say it was this one. And then over here as well, I have a scenery for this airport. I cannot begin to tell you how to pronounce that. But right here, I have an airport scenery for right here. And there was one island, because we were in Samos, right, which was up here somewhere. I think it was Samos was right over here near the border. And then I have an airport scenery here that was really cool, and then this island down here. I'm sorry, I'm totally blanking on the names, guys. I apologize, but you can see where we are now, though. We're straightening it out. It looks good. What side stick do I use for the Airbus? Captain Socks, I use the Thrustmaster Warthog side stick for the Airbus. I know there's better side sticks out there, and I actually have a VKB, and I think as far as precision, VKB or Virpol, something with that dual gimbal is going to be the way to go. But for the Airbus specifically, the tension that I get from the Warthog and that heavy metal feeling, it really feels like an Airbus side stick. Now, it's unfortunate that it's only in a right-hand grip, but that's the side stick that I use for the Airbus. What is my favorite airplane at X-Plane 11? Oh, that's a tough question. I got to think about it, man. It's got probably one of the Airbuses. Well, I don't know. 727. 727, man. Can't beat the 72. If you're flying to Italy, you should fly to Lica. Quite a challenging approach if you fly in from the mountain. I will look into it, man. Put it in the Discord. Santorini, yes. Santorini, Flight Sim Passion. Santorini. Gibraltar, yes. I really want to do Gibraltar as well. That will happen. Juliana says you should try landing at November ZQN in the future. I don't even know what that airport is, man. It's also in Atlanta. Well, throw them in the Discord, man. Give me a reason. Give me a reason to land there, and I honestly, guys, I'm taking a look at it. I'm not just saying it. I look at the Discord, and I know I've got probably half a dozen DMs too. I'm trying to not just turn off DMs, but I get so many of them, and I try to respond to them. I'm not trying to ignore you guys. It takes time to catch up, and I haven't really looked into my DMs in quite a while. But I do try to be active in the Discord, and I'm definitely active when I'm looking for routes and stuff, and you guys are suggesting them to me, so I really appreciate it. Micah says, Darren Post, like Flight Factory, need to take note of how the Rotate and Tolos develop their aircraft. High quality, great textures, and high frame rate. Yeah, man. Arguably some of the best frame rates in an add-on right here is Rotate Md80. No, I have not done Madeira yet. Yeah, I have not. Yeah, the primary difference between the 90 and the 88 is going to be the engines. The 90's got the V2500 engines, which are the same as the Airbus V2500s. Jump and Run says, I didn't do it in the Discord. I'm going to take a look. Oh, look at that. Let me pull up the Discord. Let me take a look. Who was it? It was... Well, now there's a bunch of new messages. Javes, or Javes, Javes. He said this is a beautiful one, and there's a freeway airport, so I appreciate it. A couple others posted already. Dutch Pilot Girl has a video into Lugano. I will check it out, man. I'll look back at that when we conclude the stream. But yeah, put your suggestions in there, and we'll do it. Dimitri says Greece has been blessed in X-Plane with a ton of great freeway sceneries and freeware. I totally agree, Dimitri. I think, you know, between the Flight Tampa down there, some X-Aviations, the Skiathos was, that was so fun. I'm definitely going to be flying in Greece more. Matter of fact, a lot of the corporate jet stuff that I was flying in, I was doing it over in Greece, and I realized, hey, I should probably go back to the U.S. where I know where I'm going. But I loved it down there, man. Queenstown, New Zealand. Thank you. I'll look into it, man. Hello, Captain. Good afternoon from Brazil. Do you prefer the bus? Oh man, dude. 7241 confirm. You gotta pick which one you want to look at, because they're both pretty much the same in functionality at this point. The Tolos 321 does have one more key feature over the flight factor, and that's the fix info page, which is a key. I thought he was talking to me. Alright, so how are we looking for top of descent here? Look at our progress page. Alright, so 1619Z. Alright, so we'll be alright. I don't know what time the approach is cut off, but so you have to terminate the approach at sundown. So we should be okay. 1619Z arrival. Top of descent in another 200 miles. So we're looking good. We're looking good. What's our current time? 15.
Control speed 260.
We should probably start looking at a descent here. We'll get to a couple more chat messages. Oh, look at off the left-hand side here. Look at that shot, huh?
7274 speed
Wow. With the sun and the islands. German Heart says the 90 has different avionics. Oh yeah, definitely. Especially even the 717s that Delta has are completely revamped in glass cockpit. But yeah, the 90 has a different cockpit layout as well as far as avionics upgrade. Have I tried St. Helena Airport? Really short, and they do have Airbus landing. I don't believe I have yet. Dimitri says Greece was also blessed by Mother Nature. Yes, sir. Why is the thumbnail of a Fokker? Because I don't know the difference between a Fokker and an MD80. No, I'm kidding. It's because the only MD80 looking-ish airplane that goes into Tivat is a Fokker 100 for Montenegro Airlines, and we happen to have a livery for Montenegro on the Rotate MD80. So
Direct to Lao, keep Ryanair 291.
that's why I know it's a Fokker.
Ryanair 291, continue climb flight level.
Captain Sock says it's the flight factor. In the flight factor, I find that the top of descent is too close to the airport. Does it happen to you as well? No, I don't really think I've had that issue, Captain Socks. Maybe you need to check your descent profile. Maybe your descent speeds are a little bit too high in that perf descent. Instead of letting it go at 99, maybe scroll it back to 250. And do a little bit more of a... Well, that wouldn't help. That actually go the opposite direction. No, that would help. A shallower descent. You are from which country? I'm from the U.S., man. Is this plane worth it, Nix? I think it's worth every penny, man. And I know I've got the Fmod sound pack on here right now. Yeah. But even default is decent. But if you get the Fmod sound pack, it will make this airplane just as good as the newest airplane in X-Plane. I think it's right up there with the Toulouse 321. And this plane has been around forever. Textures, frame rate, systems depth. I tried doing a quick just lap around the pattern. I didn't turn my hydraulics on. I couldn't get the gear up. It really is modeled nicely. Jesse coming in with a $10 bomb, man. Thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate it. He says, always wondered why some airlines only have Airbus that have CFM and some have both CFM and IAE. Honestly, Jesse, it's probably just the availability of the Airbuses. Maybe they're picking up Airbuses from different airlines that go out, or they find a good deal on a different Airbus. So I think that's probably why they end up getting a mix of CFM and IAE engines. I think ideally it would be good to have all the same, because then maintenance would be the same across the board. But, if you can get a couple Airbuses for your airline that are significantly cheaper and they got CFMs on them and you're all IAEs, why wouldn't you just get the CFMs? You have cost analysis tools and whole departments to determine if that's a good financial decision for the company. But I kind of think that's how companies end up getting a mixed fleet, is just because of aircraft availability. That's a guess, though. Gaming Ninja Sheep coming in with 5 at Eurobomb. Thank you so much, man. He says, amazing work you were doing. Thank you. Step climbs. When do you move on to the next step? Are step climbs even used anymore? I'm assuming you're referring to the Airbus Gaming Ninja Sheep. First of all, thank you for your support and donation to the channel, man. Really appreciate it. So for a step climb, very rare are you're going to be... I've done them in mostly transcon flights, so anything over 4 hours, you might see a step climb in your flight plan, and that's going to be dependent on your load. The only reason you would do a step climb is, one, because of performance. So you're too heavy. You got a full load, got a lot of gas, and a lot of weight. So you can't get to a high enough altitude where you're really efficient. You're going to be limited to maybe 33 or 32,000 feet, and you're burning a little bit more gas down there. The second reason is because maybe there's turbulence. Maybe there's, in the sector where you're leaving, there's moderate turbulence above 30, so they're going to start you out at 28,000 feet, and then you're going to climb out later in your flight plan for the rides and for fuel consumption. So you'll see the step climb in your flight plan. It'll be in the flight plan file, and what we would do in the Airbus is you literally just you go to the step function. It's in the vertical deviation section, so it'd be the L1, it'd be the left-hand side. Oh, I'm sorry, that's lateral. It'd be on the right side, on the right McDo keys. And then you'd hit step climb, and then you would select the fix that matches your flight plan where you had the step climb. And you'd say enter step climb altitude, and you'd put in 350. And all it does is it gives you a little bit more accurate fuel burn than your original, than just doing everything at low altitude. So
376 Quebec Whiskey, contact Istanbul.
the thing is, if you don't put the step climb in, you're actually going to end up having a more conservative fuel readout. So if you don't have a step climb in your McDo, and you look at your remaining fuel, and it says you're going to be landing with 5,000 pounds, you know, hey, that's at least if we stay at this altitude the whole way, we're going to have enough fuel. Now, when you insert that step climb, it may go up to 6.5 thousand, which is good. We always want to save gas en route. We always want to, you know, conserve our fuel for when we need it. So for that reason, it's good. But it's not going to be detrimental if you don't have it programmed. And you'll probably, if anything, air traffic control may say, hey, did you want to continue your climb to, 380 when you get close to that fix to where you filed? Because air traffic control will know where your step climb is as well. Now, I will say this. I haven't even attempted yet to try to see if step climbs are modeled in any of the Airbuses. Now, I believe somebody said that they were, and I think it was in the tow list that it is modeled. But being honest with you, man, I haven't tested it yet, so I don't know if there's some functionality that's different, or maybe it's because I know the 319 has some older McDo logic. So what I told you and how to program it may be a little bit different. I'd have to look into it. The next Airbus stream, I'll try to incorporate a step climb. I think a couple of people have asked about that before. A lot of you guys are fascinated with step climbs, and I will definitely try to get that, show that to you guys on stream. Ken Sox says, what's a good managed speed to have a descent perf page? Sox, at the minimum, unless this is how I'll plan it. I'll look at my arrival, and if I have a speed restriction on my arrival at the very beginning, let's say it says descend via Mach number until intercepting 290 knots, I'll put 290 knots in the descent profile and then leave the Mach at 80 or 79, whatever it is. So I'll look at the arrival first to see if there's a speed restriction, and if there's a speed restriction that's above 250 knots, say 290, 270, I'll put that as my descent speed just so the airplane is on schedule. Now, if you're really on go home day, you don't have to do that. You can let it descend at 330 knots and 80, but you got to be careful that you're in smooth air, because if you descend down and that nose comes over, sometimes if you hit a couple bumps, you can bump that airspeed up and it'll hit the red line, and now you got to let maintenance know that you oversped the aircraft. Man, these views are fantastic, but we need to start looking at what we got to do here. So let's look at the live map. Are we gonna have ATC? Oh man, we're gonna have ATC all the way in there. Wow. All right. Great. I hope I don't screw this up.
Is it lab 77 calling?
Does this plane automatic descend on VNAV? I believe
lab 77 ready to copy
it does. Yes, it will. Nix. So let's go ahead and pull up our approaches. I'm going to have to kind of ignore some of the chats there for a little bit. I apologize, guys, but once you see the approaches we're going to be doing in here, you're going to understand why. So let's go ahead and put in LYTV.
Lab 77, the wind has picked up. It's from 17017, gusting 27. Would you like departure from runway 09?
Now here's the problem. I don't remember what I filed for the arrival. Let's see.
Roger.
I think I filed direct. I didn't have an arrival. So, but I want to do.
Delta departure, runway 27.
This is what I had us planning on doing, right? Bitla. Where's Bitla?
Walk 7254.
Bitla, Dover, and then direct. Okay, so it's pretty much direct. Let's look at these different arrivals here. We don't want to do this one. This is from the northeast, so we're definitely not doing that one. The Taz, this looks promising. There we go. This looks promising. This is what I want to do. All of who? So I want to do. Oh, this is coming from the northeast though, or northwest. You come in from Taz. You fly this way, or you do this thing here. So we can't do that approach. The Lasty or the Pinnock. Let's see. I think this is what I originally had. We'd have to go to Pinnock, Lasty, Gusset. Man. Alright, I'm going to see if I can request an arrival or just an approach. Let's see. I want to do the NDB Yankee 1-4 circle. This is what we want to do. So we're going to go into here. So let's go back down to our box. Let's look at our legs page here. What have we got? Oh, I do have Pinnock in there. So we're on the Pinnock. Which one was it? The 1 Romeo Alpha?
Hotel Bravo, Bravo, November, copy.
Pinnock, TV 306, TV 303. Alright, this is what we have right here.
Hotel Bravo, Bravo, Alpha, November, expect Texas 1 Alpha arrival. We are approach runway 33.
Let me zoom this out. We do have a fixed info page that works. Where is Pinnock though? Papa India November Uniform Kilo.
Hotel Alpha, November, when ready, descend flight level 250.
Bearing 119.
Athena Gaspero, limited to 350 inbound, route 15 miles.
Wow, that was loud.
Olympic 229er, squawk
I'm gonna pull up
7262.
the old handy dandy.
Squawking 7262, Phoenix to land.
Let's see. PINUK. And then now we're going to BitLu, right? Let's see. Go back to my legs page. Going to BitLu.
Olympic 229er, proceed right, direct Nemes, radar identified. Right, direct Nemes, Olympic 229er, thank you.
Perfect. Okay, so BitLu and then the Pinnock 1 Alpha. Now, I don't think I filed that. But this doesn't show.
Sunset, good evening. Golf Delta Uniform Bravo Oscar.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Bound from northeast
Alright.
at
As we get
flight level
closer, we'll
350.
request it. Well, it starts at Pinnock.
Golf Bravo Oscar, squawk
Because I didn't. So my
727.
problem, what I'm dealing with here is I did not file an arrival when I filed my flight plan for VATSIM. I just filed it after TAZ direct. So once we get up here by BitLu, I'm going to ask him for the Pinnock 1 Romeo Alpha arrival, which is going to take me to the TAV 301 fix. From there, this is what we're doing. We're doing the NDB circle to land 1-4. And what we need to do is begin prepping, because this is a lot of stuff here. So first, let's look over this flight plan. This is the NDB Yankee runway 14, circle to land in Tivat, Montenegro. The TAZ NDB is 345. So let's start with it there. We're going to tune that in. That's already set up. How about that? 345 is already set here in my ADF panel. That's good. Final approach course will be 303 degrees. Now, I know we're not going to be having any type of localizer course, but what I like to do is just set my HSI to match the runway that I'm going to be landing on. So I'm not even going to set 303. I'm going to set 14. Runway, it should have been 140, so I should have just kind of I should have was closer over there. So we're going to set course 140 because that's going to be the runway. Now, I know the final approach course is basically just the bearing outbound on 303 off of the NDB. Our minimum descent altitude at TAZ is 26, and the MDA total is 1660. So I need to come over here and set, I don't even think we can set that. So I'm going to set 200 for the RA just as a reminder, but our MDA is going to be an MSL altitude. It's going to be 1660 off the altimeter. Airport elevation is 20 feet, so that's pretty much set on the...
Golf Bravo Oscar, are you able to flight level 330?
Affirmative.
Golf Bravo Oscar, climb flight level 330.
Can't quite get 20. 2 clicks. There we go. 20 feet set on the pressurization as well. All kinds of crazy terrain out here. The highest being straight out at 7,400. And then, of course, off the southeast there, you got 6,300. Now, we've got a giant mountain on this chart right here. This is the highest peak, 5899, as indicated by the solid arrow. Our only guidance on this approach, guys, is going to be the NDB to 303 outbound. And then from there, we're just looking at DME for reference. Our DME is going to have to come off of TIV, which is the LOC DME antenna, which is 111.3. So let's tune in a 111.3. So we will have a LOC DME from the localizer. At 3.9 or approximately, we're basically making a right turn, and you can kind of do this approach visually. You don't even have to see this chart to understand it. There's mountains all around. You're basically avoiding the mountains, fly over the water, right turn over the port. There's a big port right here, which is why I went with the TDG design scenery instead of the payware one from Sim Market, because the payware one does not include the port, and that port is important for having your lineup on final. After 3.9, we're going to fly heading 337 all the way out to 4.5 from the localizer. Or I'm sorry, 4.0 from the localizer. And then a right turn back around. We're going to be Cat C for this approach. So we're restricted to 180 knots on the turn. I think I saw it on the chart somewhere there. Or no, it's Cat D, so we're good. Cat D is restricted max 185. We're going to be relatively lighter than that, so I think our approach will be pretty good. Matter of fact, what is our init ref speed going to be? We're going to do flaps 28, so 124, so we'll be plenty good. All right, missed approach, turn left, max 185 onto 19, and then proceed all the way back out. So if you don't see the run, if you can't see the airport from here, you're basically going missed back outbound. Missed approach during visual initial climb toward the runway, and then proceed to TAS and then directed. So if we are visual to the runway, we're going to just continue straight out to TAS and then go from there. Hopefully we don't have to go missed, but we do have 345 tuned. We do have 111.3 tuned. I'm going to be flying the approach. I'm going to be flying it in arc mode because I'm going to be able to get DME. If I go to Rose VOR, I don't get DME. So I have to be in arc mode, which is one of my least favorite ways to fly. I've just always hated arc mode. I don't know why. I either like Rose mode or just give me the map view. But we're going to have to do arc mode so we get a DME 1 and 2. We're going to turn our ADF bearing pointers on. That's ADF 2. I want ADF 1 right now. ADF 2 is tuned to RO out here, 332. But we don't really need that unless we go missed. If we have to go missed, we got to have 332 ready to go. So I've got 332 tuned in over here, and I'm also going to put it in the standby right here on ADF 1. Alright, so we've got our radios tuned in, transition out to 10,000 feet. Procedure not usable at night. DME required. Dual ADF required. So this is so cool to me. I don't know of any approaches in the U.S. that have this requirement. Dual ADF required. I don't even know if the Airbus can do that because I think we only have one. It depends on which Airbus you're in, but some of the Airbuses we have only have one ADF.
We are ready for descent, Montenegro.
So the reason you need two, like I said, one is coming inbound, and then if you have to go missed, you got to be able to tune in this NDB over here to track the bearing out. So wow, this is crazy. All right, I probably should have practiced this approach. Here's the vertical profile view.
Hotel Bravo Bravo Alpha November descent flight level 980.
So 2600, then we're inbound, 303, we're visual, and then we take it all the way in. Left turn 6000 on a heading of 190, got pappies. Our ground speed's going to be about 120 knots, give or take, depending on the wind down there. So that gives us about 679 feet per minute, that 3.2 degree glide path. There's our climb gradient requirement, 3.09. All right. That's a lot. So let's go back to map mode here. I I'm going to request lower because I do not want to be coming in high. Top of descent I know is at Dobar. Well, I'm going to request the arrival first. We got to do that, right? We're going to do it from Pinnock. After Pitak, we want to go direct to Pinnock for the Pinnock 1 Romeo Alpha.
With you currently passing at 150 is
Good evening, Slam Cannon. Welcome aboard, man. I was totally ignoring you guys there as I was getting ready for my brief, but I think we are ready to go now, so I'm going to request that Center Monty 357 request. Or did they go offline? I think Micah says this is going to be an interesting approach for sure. It definitely is, man. Definitely is. Oh, I love that view. Let me go back outside real quick. Can't find a good view for us. There we go. Boy, Texas, the winds are 030 at 13 to 25. Wow. Wow, they're going to want us to land northbound then, aren't they? Ooh. Screw it. Let's land with a quartering tailwind. Zachary exclamation point sound pack for the link to the Fmod sound for the MD90. Wow, the winds are out of the north now. Rip. Let's look at the 10-9 page. How bad is that going to screw us? Yeah. 030, they definitely want us landing north. Alright, well, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. I really want to do the NDB circle, but may have to turn down the weather on that one. Or do we fly real weather, go straight in 3-2, which is kind of boring. The whole point of this approach is to do the visual, so no, screw that. I'm not even going to leave. I just decided for you guys. We're going to do the NDB circle, but I might just change the weather a little bit. Or I don't know. What do you guys want to do? Shoot.
Jitter 847, copy voice.
What do you guys want to do? Ready for butter? Paul, I don't know, man. I doubt it. We'll see. Especially if it's starting to gust up there now. We may be hosed on this approach. Samkin says, IEs turn everything into a beauty. I agree, man. They sure do. OT back just in time for landing. Yes, sir. We gotta talk to this guy. Center Monty 357.
Go ahead.
Hey, after PTAC, Papa Echo Tango Alpha Kilo, we'd like to request direct to Pinnock, Papa India November Uniform Kilo for the Pinnock 1 Romeo Alpha arrival into Tivat.
Monty, contact from now Zagreb radar on frequency 135.8 coordinate.
135.8, Monty 357.
Alright.
Circle, weather down. Circle with a quartering tailwind. Mike says if you don't challenge yourself, you'll never grow. Alright. Circle with real weather. Alright. Circle with real weather. Screw it. Full send, guys. We're doing it. Yoga or bust? What's a 10 knot tailwind limitation anyway?
Hello, are you able for giving me
So if it's 030, I'm just looking. We're going to be landing 14, right? My goodness. That is literally worst case scenario. At least it's not... Okay, it's second to worst case. If it was quartering out of the right-hand side as we make that turn, it'd push us into the terrain. But anyway. Center Monte 357, level 350 with a request.
Roger 356, standby for back in. This is holding on 350, say again.
There's Montenegro 357. After PTAC, we'd like to request direct to Papa India November Uniform Kilo for the Pinec 1 Romeo Alpha arrival into Tivat.
Montenegro, you are not with me at all. So in this case, I have nothing to do with that. Confirm that you are just to the east of Fokker in Skopje airspace.
That's affirmative. He told me to come over to you on 135.8 for the arrival request.
Copy that. It's a mistake from us to say that he's in a hurry to see otherwise his wife will leave him. Can you please contact Iran on 127.5? 127.5.
127.5, Monty 357. Good day.
Thanks.
Iran Monty 357, level 350. Did he say 127.5 or 7.5? Because I see the center is 127.5, so I'm going to switch that to 127.5.
Actually, disregard 662. I see the route is leading you over Italian airspace. Direct Tango Roma November then.
Actually, Fix 62 would like to remain as preferred due to navigational capabilities limited.
Did he say Iran?
Over, it's a continuous route. And do you need any supersonic out there, or are you fine with going, let's call it slow?
I will maintain Mach this 170, but that's not a problem for you. Fix 62.
No, no worries, it's all fine. Thank you.
Let's go ahead and call him up. 127.5. I thought that's where we were originally, though. Center Monte 357, level 350.
Monte, good afternoon, sir. Radar identified continuous flight.
Your microphone cut up there. Yes, Center Monte 357. After PTAC, we'd like to request the Pinnock 1 Romeo Alpha approach into Tivat.
Monte, continue direct PTAC.
Alright, we're continuing direct to PTAC Monte 357. Alright, so that was kind of an interesting clearance there. He still
With
didn't...
the first chance, check your call sign, please, in the flight drop.
I'm sorry, say again?
Check your call sign in your pilot client. Check your call sign.
Call sign Montenegro 357.
Yes, for that reason, I have only the Monte, not the 357, not the numbers.
Oh, I see, okay. So, let's do this. So how do I change the numbers? Do I have to disconnect and then reconnect? That's weird. I must have totally filed that wrong. Alright, instead of disconnecting and reconnecting, I'm just going to go off from here. And we'll try it. 357. I don't have enough space though. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll just put the airline identifier. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm working on X-Pilot right here. Which is going to be Mike Golf X-Ray. 357. There we go. That should have fixed it. Let's see if it updates. Alright, we're going direct to PTAC. We're going to need to start down though. We are going to need to start down. Gosh, that looks good.
Tirana, hello, Tom Jet 1745 with you for 410. Thompson 1745, good evening sir, radar identified and continue direct
I'm
Dallas.
going to just go ahead and I'm going to disconnect, unfortunately. I don't want to, we're going to get way out of position. I don't want to screw this up again, so we need to get down. So, here we go. 8,000 is set. That's coming back. I never did turn the seatbelt sign off. We'll let it go off for a little. Gosh dang, wrong button there. We'll turn that off for a little bit. But I refiled 357, but we are way too close to be messing around with this right now. That's my bad. Oh well, it was cool to have ATC on the way over there. Where's my chat box? There we go. Yeah, I only saw Monty too on the VATSIM map there, Salim, so I refiled it, but we're going to get the speed brakes out, and down we go. We need to get things going here. So seatbelt sign is going to come back on. No smoking is already in the on position. This should have been off before we started our descent mode. And let's run through a checklist to get this bird on the way down here.
Altitude.
Altitude right now we're going to be set at 180. That is set. EPR mode needs to come back to climb. Transponder set below will put you into below mode. Cabin pressure and landing elevation has been set. Engine sync is off. Seatbelt sign on. Landing lights at 10,000. We'll turn
Approach
those
and
on.
landing checklist.
All right, good. We'll hold the checklist there. Down we go. So we're going to Pinnock. Pinnock inbound, max 250, all the way in till actually all the way into Goset. Then we're going to be at 220 knots. 4,000 feet. We want to make sure when we transition over to the VOR, I'm sorry, I keep saying VOR, NDB, 2,600 feet as we cross the NDB. If we're not at 2,600 feet over the NDB, we're screwed. We're going to have to circle and hold and get back down because you can't make this approach coming in high, especially if we are going to have to circle with the tailwind. So I'm going to put that sim away for now, but it is fun. But yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, language barriers mixed with difficult approach can lead to dangerous conditions. Yeah, man, I hear you. I mean, I should have filed. I think I just have my call sign wrong. What's so weird to me, I don't know if this is an American thing or what, but when X-Pilot says call sign, and you file your call sign, that's your call sign. So it would be Monty or whatever. But I think because it doesn't have enough characters for me to put Montenegro in there, that's why I shortened it. So if it doesn't have enough characters, though, maybe they just want the identifier, the ICAO. I don't know, because in the U.S., when you file, the ICAO is your, let's say, what's your ID, ICAO ID, and you would put MGX or whatever we are. But then your call sign would then be Montenegro or Monty, or because a lot of airlines have different ones, like Speedbird, British Airways, the BAW would be the ICAO code, I guess, or is it BAW? I don't even know, but that's just user error on my part. Anyway, we're going to be fine. We're going to try to get down. Thank you for the subscribe there. Nick77. Dimitri says, get ready to circle for hold. I think we'll be okay, though, because this plane's a beast, though, man. Look at that. We're coming down 2,200 feet a minute. We're doing 290 knots. Everything looks good. Let's talk quickly about Actually, we're going to continue all the way down to 10,000. Let's see where that bottom of descent is. Oh yeah, we're good. We are plenty good. Let's talk quickly about the NDB here and what makes an NDB different from a VOR. So the NDB is way less accurate than a VOR. And I shouldn't say accurate, but it's less, it is less accurate, but not let's listen to, announcements are working.
Your seatbelt is securely fastened.
Cool.
If you're using Wi-Fi, please complete your session in the next few minutes so the system will
So
automatically
the
turn
NDB
off
does
when
not
the
have
shutdown
radials.
is
You know, on a
completed.
VOR, you select a course, 173, 183, whatever it may be. The NDB, you cannot select an individual course. It is only a signal. It's a beacon signal. So how you identify where you're flying to and from on the NDB is you refer to it as bearing. Miguel Aviation, thank you for the subscribe, man. Welcome. So we refer to anything NDB as bearings. This is a 303 bearing from the Tivat NDB. Now there is no head and tail of the needle like you have on a VOR. You basically have a pointer. So I'm going to put ADF on here. I'm actually going to put ADF on both. Now I'm not going to be able to get any distance because I don't have any DME off these NDBs, but I have DME from my localizer, which is it in 111.3? It is set over there too. Okay, so what I could do for backup is I could put the localizer, but no, we'll keep it. We'll keep them both ADF in case we have to go missed. So once we cross over Tivat, Deadly, thank you for the subscribe. Welcome aboard. We're gonna have to fly a heading of 303, but a heading is not necessarily going to be the 303 bearing because of wind. Now I'm assuming if we have wind out of the north, we're gonna have to offset and crab to the right. And what we're gonna try to do is put the tail of the needle on 303. Now it's, you know, it's not a super accurate. Here we go. ADF needle is coming to life. This is ADF 1. So the bearing 2, the NDB right now is 312 or 313. But by the time we cross over, this is going to flip around and it's going to be pointing back to the NDB. We want the tail right here, right about 303. And we're going to have to try to adjust our drift corresponding to the wind coming out of the north. Thank you for the subscribe, Lord Breezy. Oh, that's my wife.
Your seatbelt is securely fastened.
My wife, you just now subscribed to my channel, babe? Come on. That's rough. Only took, like, I don't know how long I've been doing this, but... Dimitri says this crew from Montenegro has no accent at all. I know, man. Dude, I'm going to get X-Plane 1972's announcements recorded. Big D1, what's going on, man? Can you stay on top? Yeah, I can see what you're typing, man. What's up? Welcome to the chat, man. Good to have you here. Micah says, my Montenegro would be MGX, then pilot remarks, put MGX, or... Oh, okay, so you put in the code, and then you would put in the remarks of what it would be. I gotcha. Ah, Micah, appreciate it, man. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I totally screwed that up because I saw call sign, so I just put in, well... I thought that's what I would be calling myself. But that was total user on my part. But it's not a big deal anyway because I don't know if anyone's going to be trying to go in here for real, and we're going to be totally screwing things up, landing with a quartering tailwind at 20 knots. So I will definitely make sure that's, I'll change that for next time. All right, P-Tech, then we're going to Panuck. Things are looking good. 16.5 descending. We're going to have this glide slope fail here. That's normal because we are tuning a localizer and not a full-blown ILS. Noah, thank you for the subscribe, man. So that's normal to have that glide slope fail. In the Airbus, you can inhibit the glide slope with the push button on the overhead, but I don't know if there's something like that in here. I don't think there is in the MD80. I don't think you can prohibit or try to inhibit it, get rid of that flag. All right, let's go ahead and let's plan our auto brakes. We're going to go medium auto brakes. That looks good. We're coming down. Transponder's in below mode. How's our fuel looking? 9,000 pounds on board, still perfect. 14.7 descending to 10,000.
Look up.
Chiliga says just subscribe. Or just subscribe. Thanks, man. Micah says it happens all the time. Okay, so it makes me feel better I didn't screw it up. But thanks for clearing it up, Micah. I totally blanked on that one. But hey, I mean, it still worked. We had ATC. I just love having ATC out over the ocean, man. It makes you keep you on your toes. So We don't have it for the approach, but hey, that was still fun having it on the way over here. Jump and run since we need more likes. Come on, people. I haven't even looked yet. What are we at? We got 238 watching and 165 likes. Oh, you guys are brutal. You must not like the video. Guys, if you can, please hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. It helps the channel grow and it helps get it out there, so it does make a difference. And if you are enjoying the content, please go ahead and hit that like button for me. Normally, I try to leave it up to you guys. You know, if you like the video, you'll hit the like button. But because of the way YouTube's been acting lately, it will help this channel significantly by if you press that like button for me. So, really appreciate it, guys, if you could do that. So did he terminate VATSIM Big D1? Yes, I ended up just disconnecting. I tried to refile, reconnect, but I was still showing up as just Monty. I didn't have the proper call sign on there. But it's okay anyway, because I think, you know, if there's planes going in there right now, they're going to want to land on 3-4 or whatever it is. Is it 3-4? And we're going to be doing a completely jacked up circle to land. I don't even, this is going to be interesting. Let's get the current information. Current weather from my sim is 3021. 3021. Set 1, 2, and 3 times. Perfect. Here comes 11,000 feet. I'm going to come back to 250 knots. Now, why can't I go vertical speed 1700? I want 250 selected. Let's see if that works. Nav track vertical speed mode, and we should level off at 10,000. After Panuck, we're going to turn inbound. Minimum is 9,000 feet. And we're going to keep that. After we hit Panuck, we'll descend down to 9,000. But I'm going to also reduce our speed to about 220. No, we can't because we have a speed restriction at 250. So. Alright, altitude hold, nav track, speed select 250. That looks good. Live and die by the FMA, even in this freaking airplane, man. I say it all the time on the Airbus. You live and die by the FMA. You will live and die by the FMA in this bird for sure. Paul says, Lord Breezy, we all love V1. That's funny. Dimitri says, behind a great man, there's always a greater woman. Thank you for your support. Definitely. Definitely true, Dimitri. Definitely true. She is definitely greater than me, and she puts up with me. Oh, I missed her comment. Oh, that's bad. Let me read it. Just supporting you from the kitchen, my love. You guys have no idea how dedicated V1 is to teaching. Hope you enjoy his streams as much as he does. Thanks, babe. I appreciate it. She definitely is better than me, Dimitri. Out of my league, man. Paul says it's a shame you can only like a video once. That's true, man. You can like it 3 times, just don't like it twice, because then it just cancels out your like. Landing lights, Micah Messer. Look at this. I'm already out of whack here. Lights are coming on. Nose lights are coming on. We're level 10,000. As soon as we cross Panuck, we'll begin our descent down to 9,000. 250 knots. Our auto brakes are set. Spoilers are not armed right now. That's fine. We may need them. Let's look at this approach one more time, especially now that we got a tailwind. So, quarter-wing tailwind is going to be pushing us from the northeast, which is going to be bad, definitely going to be bad, but it's not the worst-case scenario. If it was coming from the northwest, it'd be pushing us into the terrain.
Subscriber ahead.
But what I'm going to do now, thank you for the subscribe, Jason, is because we're going to have that nice tailwind, it's going to increase our ground speed. It may bump our category up. I think we'll still be safe. I think we'll still be... I don't think we'll be anything. I think we'll still be category C unless it's really blowing. We may go to cat D. But what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to reduce speed a little bit more. I'd probably go 180 knots normally, 170, and then start the turn and slow down, configure full. I'll probably slow way down, maybe 150 even, before I make this turn. That way I can keep that radius down nice and tight as we come around over the port here. And we could be nice and straight in there.
Subscribe.
So there's going to be nothing to track. Thank you for the subscribe, Giuliani. Appreciate it, man. There's going to be nothing to track after we hit 3.9 from TIV. Let's see if we can pick up the loc right now. No, we're not even picking up the loc yet. So this is the page we're going to be flying. And we have waypoint alert. This is our ILS, or localizer. This is the runway course, but the CDI is not going to deflect for us at all here. The ADF-1 is what we're going to be looking at. This is going to flip around. It's going to be at 303. And then once we hit 3.9 DME, that's it. We are strictly visual. Now this turn, you can lead it. I'm going to lead it a little bit because they want you going pretty much just along the coast there, it looks like, according to the chart. Or just inside of the coastline. So here comes our turn. Let's go ahead and set 9,000 feet. And we'll just do a vertical speed hold, or vertical speed descent, 500 feet per minute. Down we go. Captain Geo, what's going on, man? Welcome to the chat, dudes. This what's going on, V1? Well, we are on the turn inbound on the arrival now to Montenegro for an NDB circle to land with a 20-knot tailwind. What could go wrong?
Subscriber ahead. Look up.
Chris, thank you for the subscribe. Welcome aboard, dude. I really should have practiced some landings with this airplane. Gosh, that looks beautiful with the sun. Yeah, it's actually kind of good that we had that little RTO on departure, because now we got a nice little sunset coming in here. All right, so we're approaching TV. Let's go back to this thing. Yeah, we're going to stay on top of it. TV 306. At TV 306, we can go ahead and descend to 6,000 as well. I'm going to increase vertical speed. Match it up just a little bit there. All right, here comes 9,000. Resync our heading bug here. TV 306, TV 303. Things are matching up. Max 250, so we can probably slow down even. I'm going to choose to slow down at 210. I thought it was a restriction. It's just a max. Thank you, Gaming Sniper, for the subscribe. We'll go 210 knots, pop the brakes. Let's slow this puppy down. We're approaching TV 303. We can go down to 6,000 feet. We're going to set 6,000. Vertical speed, 1,200 feet per minute. Now, probably would have been easier just to do a VNAV descent, but I'm in the 80. We might as well do as much manual as we can here. Giuliandi says, V1 appreciation is on you, Captain, for tirelessly making this kind of video. It helps me improve my flight sim skills with the 320. Awesome, dude. I'm glad you're enjoying the content and learning the 320 Airbus. I love it, man. We're going to be back in the bus after this stream, most likely. So it's good. I'm excited. I really wish we had a BSS pack for that 321. I think Carter said I need to check the FT Sim pack out for the 321, see how it is. All right. Lasty at inbound max. After TV 301. Oops. Wow, I did not want to do that. Oh, what are we saying?
Back to the tray table to their full upright lock positions. Make sure all carry-on items are properly stowed in the overhead bin or underneath the seat in front of you. All meat, dairy, and other food products must be declared and cleared by customs officials if this is your final destination.
Got to declare those meat products and fruit products. So we only have 5 miles after TV 301 to be established at 2,600 feet. So we're going to need to pick this up here. Here comes Lasty. Max 250. Let's go ahead and set 4 in there. I'm going to go speed brakes out. Just a little bit here. Increase that vertical descent. Try to get this descent line down. After Lasty, it looks like we're turning left to 341. Get Get that heading bug spun around. All right, here we go. Did I have the approach mode enabled? No, because we're going to be... You can't track NDB. And I mean, we can track it with the FMS overlay, but I'm going to have the FMS fly it. I'll probably fly the NDB 303 outbound. Actually, I don't even know. It won't let you do it. You have to hand fly it, or at least heading select it. Let's see. Is it in the box? Yeah, see, it takes you out to Taz, and then after Taz, you're on your own. So I'm going to just get rid of this 10.9 page. I'm tired of accidentally clicking on it. So after Taz, we're on our own tracking 303. This turnaround here is the missed approach if we don't see the airport. But we got the airport in sight. Oh, how freaking cool is that? The airport, we went a little too far. Airport's sitting up there off the nose. This is beautiful coming in here. FT Sim has some bugs with the 321. No startup or flap sounds. Oof, well then I'm not going to be able to do that. Got a little dark. Let's go ahead and get a little lights on here. Love the lighting in this airplane. Oh, look at that view right there. There's 4,000 feet. We can go all the way down now to 2,600 because we're inbound. So I'm going to click and drag. I'm going to try to reduce speed a little bit while going down. I love this 80, man. You can slow down, go down. We're below 250. Flaps 5. Get those slats out. All right, it's time to look alive, though. We got to get our arc mode up. We're tracking inbound right now. Things are looking good. I will probably have to use my track IR on this approach, guys. I'm going to try my best not to turn on until the very end. All right, we're getting ready to level 2,600 as we come across the Taz VOR. I'm sorry, I keep saying VOR. NDB. So you can see NDB needle straight. It's going to flip around when we've crossed over it. But we want to make sure we don't go way over it and do this big overshoot here either. So I'm probably going to start to turn a tad early. Let's go flaps 5. Why did we not level off? I'm going to go altitude hold. That's because I had the speed brake out. I don't know why she didn't level there, but good thing we caught it. All right, here comes the NDB. Why are we not? Altitude hold, man. Just lock it in for me. 2,400. Okay. 2,400 will work. 200 feet low, but that's okay. All right, here comes the waypoint. We're going to spin it. It's heading 303 here. We know we got to go over this, so I'm going to lead it. I'm going to lead off here. In heading select, I'm going to spin this to 303. Oh, you know what we need to also do is turn up the sounds. What am I doing? All right, so pay attention to our NDB needle. It's going to flip here. We want the tail to come around. I'm going to turn off ADF2. Going right over the mountains. Let's go ahead and bring it back to 160 because we know we're going to be coming around with that tailwind as we make the turn. We're going to slow down a little bit early here. So there's our NDB, and it just flipped. The tail of the NDB is now coming around, and we want it to settle pretty much on 303. We'll see where it settles. I'm going to just kind of fly it in here right now. It's coming around. Looks like we could drag it a little bit more to the right. Yeah, we're pretty much right on it. So there's 300. Our DME is 5.8. We're looking for 3.9. We got to drag that NDB tail over a little bit more.
Subscriber.
Thank you, John, for the subscribe.
Up.
So in this case, when we're flying away from the NDB, we're drag the tail to where you want it to go. So I want to drag it to 303. So I got to move my heading past 303. I'm already on 316. There's 4.9. We got 1 mile to go. There's my NDB. It's pretty much settled on 303 right now, which is good. Let's go flaps 15, arm the speed brakes, and run our checklist while we can. There's a lot to do right here.
Ignition switch mode. On. Hydraulic pump strands. On. Hydraulic auxiliary. On.
Here's 3.9.
Gear down.
Let's go ahead and turn. Oh, that's too early, isn't it? No, that's 3.9. So we're going to start our initial turn to 337. We're basically going over here. This wind is going to be screwed. I'm going to have to fly about 320 or else the wind is going to blow me all the way back towards the airport. So I know the approach chart. We're pretty much not tracking anything now because we are on the visual coming in over the mountains here. We're going to go out over here and make our right turn into the airport, which is off our right-hand side. That looks good. Okay, so gear down, flaps, all that stuff. Auto brake selector, max, and arm. So we can't arm them until we get the gear down, so we got to not forget that. Everything else is complete. Let's do a flyby view. All right, it's recommended that we go all the way out to 4 miles from the TIV Loke. So we're at 2.5 right now. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the NDB needle. We'll go back to map. No, that doesn't help us. I guess I'll leave it in. I'm going to put it in compass mode here. Yeah, we can start our descent now. We're close enough in there. We're going to go ahead and dial in 1600. Vertical speed us down a little bit. Oh, I still need my DME. We gotta go back to arc mode. We're at 2.6. Technically, we can go all the way out to 4, but we don't have to. As long as we stay inside, we'll be okay. We are visual. I do need to get her down here. I'm gonna reduce speed to 150 before we turn here. Hopefully I can get it in. There's 3.4, 3.5. I'm going to start my turn a little bit early. Okay, and we're going to go autopilot off because I don't trust it. Autopilot's coming off. And flight director's off. We're going to spin you up to a safe altitude. That's good for now. Auto thrust is off. I left that light on there, dang it. Bring it back. Flaps coming to 28 degrees.
1,000.
Swing, baby, swing. All right, we don't want to be low. I'm going to go ahead and try to level her off here at 1,000 feet. Get that power back in. There's the port. I can just see it. Get back up to 1,000 feet there. Okay, that was a little aggressive on that climb up, but we're okay. There's the runway, still a little bit high. Speed brakes are not armed. They're armed now. All right, I got all whites. We got to go ahead and get down. There's one red. Oh my goodness, this wind. Look at it pushing me away already. All right, 2 whites, 2 reds. I can't see the OT Dono or Matt Sweemer, I think. Appreciate it, dude. I'll get to it here as soon as I touch down. All right, we're stable. Down 3 green, flaps 28, 2 whites, 2 reds. Wow.
500.
I'm gonna look at that replay right over the port. That was cool.
400.
All right, we're stable. Get a little bit higher there. It's at 3.2. It's just a little bit steeper approach angle, and it's misleading because it's kind of on a cliff. There we go. There's our 2 whites, 2 reds. Don't drag her in.
200.
Things are looking good.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
When in doubt, float it out. Oh boy.
10.
Oh boy. We'll take that. Spoilers. Reverse. Manual brakes. $60 knots. Wow. Let's stow the buckets. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tivat. We had a little bit of a floaty float there. My goodness. That pitch attitude looks so weird to me. Alright, we're going to turn it around, back taxi. That pitch attitude on landing, it's crazy. I thought we were way closer than we were, and then we ended up floating. That's what makes this plane so challenging for me to land. I'm just not used to that view. Alright, let's clean it up. But I'm going to enjoy that replay, especially coming in over that port there. Whew. Turn you off. Let's do our cleanup checklist here.
Down. Green lights.
Skip that taxi
Taxi in checklist. Ignition switch. Off.
We made it just in time because I
Ice
think
protect
it's
meter
sunset now.
Off. Landing lights left and right.
We're gonna keep those on. Flight directors are off. Position lights on. Speed brakes retractor, flap retractor, transponder, XPDR. Weather radar is off. And get the APU fired up. Whew. Brace, heads down, stay down. Oh, man. Swarm, or I'm sorry, Matt, Swimer? Appreciate $5 bomb, man. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I didn't get to it on that approach there. He says, what is your opinion, the best Airbus model to purchase? Man, if you have the system, if you've got a powerful system,
Parking checklist.
look at the flight factor really closely because I think it's visually it just feels a little bit cleaner. But if you want a longer aircraft or a bigger aircraft, look at the 321, and you'll definitely. I mean, the towless birds, you cannot go wrong with performance. I mean, it's the performance is so good on both of them that. You'll really have no problem running it even if you have a little bit of a weaker card. The flight factor is heavy, but they're splitting hairs at this point, man. You're going to be happy with any one that you pick. Captain Thompson, you make want to fly the 80 now. Oof. I don't know, man. We're going to have to look at that landing, see how it went. All right, I got to figure this parking thing out. I'm going to go to this one over here. Looks like they're deplaning over there on the right. That's cool. Spanish, he says, gotta go. Have a good one, man. Take it easy. Night here in India. Definitely, man. Go get some sleep. Thanks for tuning in, man. Air Serbia. Getting fuel. I love it. Oh, gosh. I'm off the taxiway line there. I'm going to hit that other airplane. Azerbaijan? I don't know if that's how I'm saying it right, but all right, I'm going to cheat because I don't know how to do these little weird parking things. I'm pretty sure we enter here and just flip it around. So we enter on there and we swing it hard. And then we have to swing it around all the way to the right. Although this plane is so long, you have to go way past the line and then just crank it over. Alright, well that was a pretty poor parking job. Might have lost my license, but hey, we're here. Let's go ahead and set the parking brake. Brakes are set. APU on a left and a right. Good power. Let's go ahead and kill him. Oh, that spool down though. Awesome. Awesome. Noah Featherstone coming in with a $10 bomb, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support on the channel. He says, do you ever fly in or out of Austin in real life? Yes, absolutely. Have you ever flown a 737 or just strictly Airbus? I have not flown a 737. I've flown a lot of other things than just an Airbus, but I haven't flown a 737 in real life ever. So closest to that is I've flown a 757 simulator for Airways, but that's about it, man. All right. We're down. I'm not going to shut anything else down. I'm just going to go ahead and go right into the replay so we don't have any weird bugs. Make sure real view is disconnected, which it was off for that flight perfectly. I'll put you guys into replay mode. We're going to take a look at this landing. I cannot figure out this pitch attitude on touchdown. It's so shallow. That's really far back. Let's go. That'll work. Oh, this is cool. As we come around here, there's the port I'm talking about. I think you said it. I think you said it right, Ryan. I appreciate it, man. That was guess. I just kind of sounded it out, you know, hooked on phonics. Captain Thompson, that's the way to lose your job. Oh yeah, man. Definitely swank another aircraft. Oh yeah, jet blast. Yeah, Salim, that parking job was terrible. But look at the sun coming through the engine here. Oh, this is cool. That was my power. I was getting a little low. I guess I wasn't. I thought I was getting low. I saw it go below 1,000 feet. I was like, man, I kind of wanted to be at 1,000 feet when I rolled out. But it turns out that I think I would have been fine because we ended up rolling out a little bit high. Look at that with the mountain. We might have to... There's an approach that comes in from over here. I might have to revisit this airport. This is a really cool location for an airport. I really like this. It feels so cozy, just tucked away here on the hills. There's that, you know, listen to those engines spooling up. There's the port down there with the lights on. Oh, that is so cool. That's the reason I went with TDG for this scenery. All right, let's go back up front.
500.
Coming in. Oh, this looks cool. Then we're going to do all our outside shots.
400.
Another little village here. I think that's like a sailboat club or something, if I saw that correct on the Google images. Captain Force says, listen, that was a butter in my book. Appreciate it, man. All right, let's come back here for the touchdown.
150, 40, 30.
I think it was almost perfect, right there. And then I just, you know what it was? I think I left the throttle in too long. I should have pulled that throttle out. I definitely should have pulled that throttle out. Oh. All right. Let's back it up. Let's take a look at this. I was really afraid of smashing it with that tailwind. But I think I was okay. Oh, early flare. Oh my gosh. Look at that overflare. Oh, that is ugly. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. That was ugly. That's what you get. Look at the slope of the runway there too. Wow. That's what you get when you have an Airbus guy trying to land an MD80. Look at this. I'm flaring at 30 feet, so that's wrong right there. I should have just kept going normal. Yeah, I need to practice. We were okay. I mean, I definitely got the pitch attitude back down. Look at those reversers, though. Those brakes grabbed really good. Probably could have done light brakes. All right, let's come back a little bit further. I want to see us turn in over the port here. So I want to go here, but I want to go down here. I want to be on top of this cruise ship. That's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Better to float than sink, yeah. The wing flex is fantastic on the aircraft. I agree, man. Hi, Chris says ugly flare. Yeah, that might have been one of the ugliest flares I've done, man. That one was rough. Here's the tower view. That was, that's when you know you got an Airbus guy in the cockpit of an MD80 where he does not belong. I mean, it looked like it was almost good, and then it just got ugly. But hey, we were down, we're safe, we're on the center line. It was not a near wasted that we had in Aspen, right? Was it Aspen or Telluride? I think it was Aspen. Alright, guys. I had a blast with this stream. I hope you did too. I hope you got to see a little something new. Maybe you don't know about the Rotate MD80. It's kind of under the radar for an airplane. I love flying it. I think it's a great add-on. Even though it's older, I highly recommend it. It's got a lot of neat systems that are modeled, and it's you combine it with the FT Sim sound pack, whether you run the JT8Ds or the CFMs, the IAE engines like I got on here. It's a great bird. Micah says no judgment. Should have been my landing. Should have seen my landing yesterday. All right, guys. Mod sponsors, donors, thank you all for hanging out with me on this stream. I hope maybe you learned a little bit something. Maybe you saw an NDB approach you haven't seen, or circle to land. But we'll be back in the bus in the next stream, most likely. If you're a commercial pilot member, get ready to be voting for the next aircraft. Everyone just hanging out here and chatting with me, I appreciate it. I hope you guys are staying safe, staying healthy, enjoying your X-Plane add-ons, having fun flying around in the virtual skies. Until next time, guys. Keep the silver side up, and I will talk to you later. See ya!